Even once you learn to pronounce it, there's a lot to understand about the Beaux-Arts movement when looking at it as a whole. Let's compare some of the people and buildings that made an impact on the movement. In order to see the whole picture, let's plot them on a chart. Awesomeness, or influence, and time will be our axes. At the end, we'll be sure to summarize it for you. Before we even talk about people and buildings, we first have to mention where it all started. Since École is a school in France that really gave birth to some great architects, including our very own Richardson, Hunt, and McKim, we have to plot it first. It had a profound influence and goes fairly high on our spectrum. Our first person is Richard Morris Hunt, but let's call him RMH. Since he's one of the first graduates of École and responsible for showing the first expression of Beaux-Arts in the US, we almost have to place him near the top of our graph. Daniel Burnham is second on our list, but considered the most important to the US. DB is responsible for the City Beautiful movement and the Columbia Exposition. Another great is Charles Follen McKim. Boston fans love this guy because of his designs for their public library. CFM also designed the Penn Station. Although he did use order and grandeur, we typically view him as less influential when compared to Richard Morris Hunt and Daniel Burnham. However, there is one person who we thought was a part of the movement but didn't convey what Beaux-Arts was all about. Henry Hobson Richardson also attended École, but dropped out, and his style is unique and very Romanesque, and decidedly not considered to be a Beaux-Arts. As a result, we decided that he was not very influential. Let's move on to structures. As mentioned earlier, the City Beautiful movement by Daniel Burnham was considered to be the lasting influence of the Beaux-Arts movement, which is why we decided to place it at the top. They exemplified grandeur, symmetry, and influenced many others to come. Other structures that are worth mentioning include Grand Central Station in New York, Angell Hall here at U of M, and the University of Columbia's campus in New York. Though these are significant pieces of work, we thought they were not as important as the City Beautiful movement in Chicago. Now that we have an idea, let's map them as a group. Daniel Burnham and his City Beautiful movement are at the top, along with Richard Morris Hunt. Below and to the right are Charles McKim, and all the way down is Henry Hobson Richardson. To the left we have École, which can be drawn across our graph, followed by Grand Central Station. Since Angell Hall and Columbia's campus weren't as significant as the original Beaux-Arts school, we place them below École. This is a movement that spans several decades, but what is truly amazing is that it can still be seen in today's architecture.